pray that with this time we can offer to you, but also to come to understand you. I put this prayer and gratitude in my name and on behalf of all our brothers and sisters here in attendance to Holy Mother Home.
Yeah.
HD. Should be HD. Okay. Okay. Introducing HARP. So, the first things first, we need to introduce what HARP is. Now, we had a question thrown out at us just there in the main hall. What does H stand for? What does HARP stand for? We can go in order from here. If you don't know, you say skip. H.
School.
High school.
Skip.
I know it, but I can't. It's like. Skip. I can't.
High school.
No,
A.
A.
Oh, the A association.
Next. Oh.
Yeah,
Next.
Principal.
Yeah.
Okay. High School Association for the Research of the Principal. Okay. Now, HARP is a spin-off of CARP. HARP was a spin-off made by the Americans of CARP. Now, CARP, if it was a C, what would it stand for?
Collegiate.
Yes.
I know it.
College level, so Collegiate Association for the Research of the Principals. What that means is, in this environment, we as college students, we're supposed to come together, which is the association part, and research, aka study, the principal. Okay? But then the Americans are like, no, this is too slow, we should be teaching them to them when they're younger so that they can understand it better or lead their lives better. So, C became H, and they wanted to aim it at high school students. Now, high school students is an American thing, right? High school students is your year 10, 6th form, year 11, 12, and 13 in 6th form. 11 of GCSE, 12 and 13. Okay, so we don't have that. We have 6th form and just upper years of GCSE. But we adapted it to the British way and made it secondary school. Because secondary school encapsulates everything, right? So this is a space in which we want to offer teaching or an environment where you can study the principal. Now the principal is getting big, like real big. So it's not just the DP anymore. These days we also have new content, but also we have previous content that we have not been focusing on, aka the Bible. So that's why if you saw what's in store, that I mentioned there, we have this curriculum. Now, who knows who true parents are? Raise your hands. Who really knows who true parents are? Raise your hands. Only one. Well, yeah, that's why we wanted to have a nice focus on true parents' life course. If I asked you, Calixto, why do you follow true parents? Could you give me a confident answer?
I mean, not really.
Not really. But do you want to follow true parents?
Yes.
Yes. So when you want to follow someone, it's good to know who they are, right? That's why we put it there. Now, there's a lot we can talk about with this one topic. True parents is a big thing. True parents, one of them is 105 now, and one of them is 83. One of them is 106, and one of them is 83.
But passed away.
Yeah,
Important detail.
106 were passed away, and one of them is 83. But still, he's doing works in the spirit world, so you cannot forget those years that he's still here with us in spirit. And yeah, so there's a lot to cover, and of course, 3 sessions is not enough to cover it all. That's why every year is going to be different. This curriculum will last every year, and it will be a different thing being taught. So this year we may focus on True Father, this year we may focus on True Mother, and you just have to be here for next year to understand who True Father or the other one is. Okay? But yeah, even then, their lives are separate. So there's true father, true mother, and then their life as true parents, which is also another course. But yeah. Going for DP creation, always need that. And what I mean by Champumoran is a very sticky situation. Even amongst our elder brothers and sisters, there's a lot of confusion around it, or a lot of rejection, a lot of... It still needs to be reassessed and reviewed so that it's more stable, more concrete to be able to deliver where it doesn't give any doubts. That's why we can't, or I'm not confident enough to teach it to you all, because if they have questions, then when you need to ask questions, you don't have someone who's, or you have a mixed opinion in the brothers and the older brothers and sisters world. Okay? So that leaves you vulnerable. So there's this one part, Champumola on heaven's providence, that we can teach because it's quite solidified. And then of course Bible. Who knows Jesus? No, who knows? So everyone knows of Jesus. Who knows Jesus' life? And then you don't know? Okay. The 17-year-old. Yeah. See, that's the point, we needed to add this. Because even I would say I don't know Jesus much. We learned RS, religious studies, in secondary school, but we only went through the Gospels, so I only know of his public ministry, his 3 years of public ministry. I don't know Jesus' life from 1 to 30. But yeah, and hopefully the rest, this is for you guys. Hopefully you can see. It says open mic. This is for you, an opportunity for you guys to come up here and stand to give your own lecture. It doesn't have to be a lecture, it could be a testimony, just wisdom you developed over the past course of this year or previous years, or it could be something you just want to share, of an experience, like a testimony, like Brendan did out there. And it's a low intensity environment, so look how many people there are. 2 and 5, there's 7 people in this room, so you don't have to feel quite burdened. It's a nice environment. Hopefully, comfortable environment. And then, yeah, traditions and ceremonies. Who knows when God's Day was established? (1960). And then, what was the day after that True Father claimed back from Satan? Children's Day. It was True Parents Day, then Children's Day. Why? Because he said God is a parent, and how can parents exist? A parent cannot exist if you don't have children. So we need to take back children. So then what day came next?
Day.
Yeah. So he says, what's the point? God created creation for those children. So what's the point if there's children and no creation for them to have fun in, interact with? So Truvada snatched that true day of all things. So these are the time for you to learn about it. That's why it's the terminology corner. Okay? Where we will discuss these things, but also who knows what holy sauce for?
Useful.
Yeah. Bless food. Okay. Not just blessing food. No, yeah, it was just a hands up if you know, not a, you don't have to speak. Yeah, but you can bless land, you can clean this environment. If you feel like there is bad energy somewhere, you can clean it with the holy soap, for example. There's many things you can do with holy soap, but you don't know, that's why we need to learn it for traditions and ceremonies. And then hopefully,
You just say what days each of these things are going to happen.
well, this is we'll just let you know by announcements, but this is the first one is every second of the month. And this
Every
one-
second Sunday.
Yeah, and this one's every third Sunday of the month. Wisdom will just happen through each, it's a pocket, there's a corner of each service.
And HARP services happen here. And the HARP teaching happens in the Bigson house.
I mean, that's how it will be, but it's subject to changes. Yes, and workshops, it's a plan, it's in the midst of plans, it's production. one-day workshops we want to do on Saturdays, so that it carries on to Sunday where you can attend service. And it's just for summarizing the whole semester. Right? So you learn a lot about True Parents Life course. We need to summarize it in an end of module quiz. There will be an end of module quiz. I want there to be an end of module quiz. But it will be fun and games, like a mini workshop, just a one-day workshop. Activities, a little bit more in-depth, for if you want to learn in-depth. And just reviewing everything you've learned in total. And so introducing our new harpies. Technically, I've heard that these two joined last year. But you never got a formal introduction, right?
I think Diana, one of the Dianas, joined last year.
Who joined last year?
She joined
How old
last
are you
year.
guys?
But then she joined. But I think it's good to do an introduction of everyone,
Yeah.
not putting anyone on the spot.
So, I mean, later on we'll play icebreakers to get to know the new ones that aren't here. But for now we can introduce ourselves. I think it's good to introduce who the HARP team is, and then we can introduce each other to each other. So the HARP team will be the two couples as I mentioned in the main service, our couple and Holly couple.
You should just say your name and then I could say.
Nambok couple, Nambok and Benas, Holly and Benji.
So that's Nambok and this is Ben. Hello. And then Holly, who'll be
Holly,
here next time.
We should have put pictures. Well, it's too late for that. And now, let's go down. What is your name? How old are you?
You can stand up and say this.
Okay, my name's William, I'm 17.
Thank you. What community?
Everyone's from
Well,
the community. Please.
Great.
Alright, well, my name is Calixto and I'm 15.
Nice to meet you.
She's lost her voice.
Translate for her, but you can still stand up.
Diana, 15.
15?
Diana, 14.
13.
14.
13.
13.
My name's Hannah Olsen-Shim, and I'm 17.
Nice to meet you, Anna.
I'm Olivia and I am 17.
I'm Elizabeth, and I'm also 13.
Actually, there are many introductions, unless I wasn't present for that time period. There are many introductions that we didn't have. For those 13, have you been introduced?
No, okay. We didn't do introductions, so it's okay. This is
15
the
years
first
old, have you
time.
been introduced before?
First time for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, at least like, I think once.
Okay.
Oh, like up here. With your name up here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're slacking. Names, we don't know. Okay, so now we have goal setting by player.
This first, because everyone has pens. I'm not forget, you'll get some pens very quickly. So we thought because we're starting a new year in the office. Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, we really need to wait for the pens. But we thought because we're starting a new academic year, it's like a new year for a chance for us to remind ourselves of our goals and also realise how our year has been going and if there's anything that we want to change, do better, or even like celebrate. So that's why we distributed the papers up for you to keep and just to like write down some of those things. And you don't have to, I mean, personally, I always don't like goal setting. It always becomes very like difficult because I don't know like what I want to do and like what the goal is for next time. Like, it becomes a bit too difficult for me to set goals properly. But I have a method that works really well for me, so hopefully you guys will like it. It's kind of like simple and it helps you like think of what went well, and then reflect on like the past that you can make goals in the future that are actually goals that you want to make. So we'll just wait for the pens. Yes, you can come in, Yoshi. We're waiting. Hello. Hey. It's okay, we are waiting for pens. Remember when to get a pen. Wait, is it? We're just waiting for pens. Okay, maybe I'll just like put the first question and then you can think about it and then you can write it down. So the first question is, what went well? So thinking about the summer, even the last school semester, what are the things that went well? What are the things that you're happy about? What are the things that you're celebrating? That could be you studied very well, or you did exercise and you kept to it, or you did some Hondake and you were consistent. Maybe you did Hondake every week. Maybe you were very kind to your siblings, or maybe you developed your relationship with your parents, or maybe you helped around the house a bit more. Maybe you read more, or you did all your homework, that kind of stuff. So what went well, and it could be bigger things, but what went well in the last, maybe since January, or even just over the summer, what are the things that went well? So I'll give you 5 minutes to write down and think about the things that went well. Yeah, you can write on the floor if you want. Anything. This is your goal setting, so you can write anything you want. It could be literally just last week, and it can be like the last year. So from September last year to this September, it could be anything. Things that you feel like went well.